The Tower. When love and will collide, shadow work, sovereignty, and twin flame awakening. When the tower falls, it doesn't mean you've failed. It means that the lie can no longer hold. As we walk through the sacred unraveling of illusion, the intensity of twin flame connection, and the movement where love and will meet as divine fire. Through the integration of masculine and feminine, the tower becomes your temple. Astrological and zodiacal forces are interwoven to guide you home to your sovereign self. This is shadow work. This is liberation. Take a deep breath as we enter into the dimension of self-love. Let it fall out of your mouth like a crumbling brick. Let it sound like something collapsing that you no longer have to hold up. This is the tower, not a punishment, a passage. We don't choose the tower with our minds. It chooses us through the quiet cry of our higher self. When our soul can no longer expand within a structure we've outgrown, the tower answers. Let us begin. The tower does not fail because you are weak. It fails because your strength was caged. Shadow work begins here, not in the judgment of what broke, but in the profound pause that follows. In this movement, the psyche wants to ask, who am I without this story? Without this person? Without this illusion I tried to protect? If you're listening, you are likely standing in the rumble of something sacred and false, and that is not a contradiction. Twin flame paths often activate the tower. Why? Because we are not here to love and comfort. We are here to love in truth. You meet your mirror. They touch your soul's rawness. And suddenly, the scaffolding of your identity, your attachments, your roles, all begin to shake. Because love, in its highest form, does not bend to illusion. It burns through it. This is where the ego is not your enemy, but your greatest student. Not the child who must be shamed, but the self who longs to be seen and chosen. I teach this because I've lived it. Ego is not a villain. Ego is the vessel of self-value. Sovereignty begins when you declare that we are worthy of truth, even if it costs us everything false. Love and will begin to conflict. Do I hold on because I love them, do I release because I love myself? The answer is not always clean. The tower is never tidy. In this storm, we are being invited to choose not comfort, not closure, but clarity. This energy, the tower, is ruled by Mars, planet of divine action and raw fire. Astrologically, Mars governs Aries and co-rules Scorpio, two signs that understand rebirth through destruction. Aries breaks new ground. Scorpio rises from the ashes. What does this tell you? It tells you the tower is a sacred Mars gate, a confrontation between what you built from survival and what your soul came to construct through sovereignty. Let it burn. From the ashes, the polarity within you will cry for union. The divine feminine within you wants to soften, to surrender, to trust. The divine masculine within you wants to act, to rebuild with truth. The tower breaks the illusion that one must dominate the other. This card demands their sacred marriage. It is time. The feminine watches the fire and says, I no longer fear being undone. The masculine walks through the blaze and says, I no longer build what cannot last. Together they rise. You may feel your heart screaming, why now? Why this? That is the question of your human self. Honor it, but don't dwell there. Because your higher self already knows this is not the end. This is the break between acts. This is the zodiac wheel when we move from Capricorn to Aquarius. We leave the mountain of structure and enter the air of innovation. The tower lives here, on the edge of tradition and radical freedom. Aquarius blows the dust off the bones. Saturn, Capricorn's ruler, says, the structure must serve the soul. If it does not, it must collapse. The tower is not trauma alone. It is trauma transmuted. In the twin flame journey, you may find the tower activating separation. The moment where union feels impossible, where silence screams, where nothing makes sense. But listen, separation is not abandonment. It is recalibration. Sometimes the connection must collapse for the mirror to reflect with honesty. Sometimes the pain is the prophecy. Do not let your tower make you forget who you are. Do not let the fire scare you out of your divine seat. You are not being punished. You are being purified. This is the moment to call your ego back into your body and whisper, "We made it through, and we will build again, but this time with truth." What does sovereignty look like in this moment? It looks like you standing barefoot in the debris, deciding not to chase what left or fear what comes. It looks like you naming what is yours, what is sacred, what is real. You are not required to understand everything today, but you are being asked to stay present. The tower ends what your soul no longer consents to. And when we stop consenting to fear, manipulation, codependence, and false timelines, everything not aligned will quake and fall. And that's okay, because you're here to build a temple, not a cage. Let your masculine gather focus. Let your feminine trust the unknown. Let the war between love and will end in your heart, where they become one force. This is the moment of your reclamation. This is where kings and queens are born. Now pause. Feel your body. Feel your soul behind your ribs. Looking out, you are sovereign even in loss, especially in loss. So what do you want to create now? Take this moment to hold yourself as the dust settles. Not because you must rebuild immediately, but because the silence is holy. This is your time. Let the tower be the truth that set you free. Let it be the doorway to everything your soul actually asked for. And now we close this circle, not as a farewell, but as a beginning. If this transmission shook something loose inside you, if it gave you clarity, breath, or sovereignty, please share it. Comment below, what are you releasing? Let us build the new temple together, brick by brick, breath by breath. You are not alone. You are sacred. You are sovereign. Let the tower fall as we watch you rise. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. It's an honor to deliver these transmissions.